Hi guys. I just wanna start by saying, at first I wasn't the type of guy to believe in like people telling me about the rapture, because I just thought they were like trying to scare me, or yeah, I just felt like they were just trying to scare me. But after these like three dreams, I I actually believe the rapture is actually coming. Cause let me begin with the first one. The first dream I had was I was at school. Like I completed high school like 2 years ago. So I was at school, and we were like just discussing. We are just seated, and all of a sudden we heard like a trumpet outside. So everybody rushed out to see what was happening. So when they got out, uh we saw like a hole in the sky, like the sky just opened, we could like see space. So like angels literally just started coming out. They were flying out, and they were like selectively picking people. And for those who are wondering, like the angels looked like a bright light with four wings. So they were flying and selectively picking up people. Like people were standing in like groups, like where there were three people, one person was taken. Where the like large amounts of people, very few people were picked out. So like it was kind of like chaotic because people were screaming and moving around. So yeah, at that very moment, I like I got scared. So I I got on my knees and like made a last minute prayer. So like yeah, so whilst I was still praying, I woke up and I was really scared. I didn't At first I was very much confused. Like I didn't really understand what was happening. But I told my sister about it, and we came to the conclusion that that was the rapture, and God was actually giving me a vision about the rapture. So I was really scared, and it really just caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it, just as the Bible says, nobody knows the day, the time, or the hour. So yeah, I was very much scared. So I prayed. Uh, yeah, I prayed. Then a couple weeks later, I forgot about it. Then I had another dream where I was walking through a path, and the path led me to like a field, and there were like many people there, and they're like harvesting, doing field work. So when I walked closer to them, we had a huge bang. So it was very loud. People were screaming, people were moving around. So after the crash and people are moving chaotically, um, I realized that, let me just say, we realized that some of the people who were, some of the workers in the field were missing, like they weren't there anymore. So, yeah, like people were just moving around asking if someone saw somebody, like they were asking whether, like people were moving around asking like, have you seen my mom, have you seen my dad, have you seen my cousin, have you seen my auntie, my uncle, my brother, my sister? Like people couldn't find them, like they had left mysteriously, they just weren't there anymore. So like I was scared, like it I'm confused right now. Yeah, it was scary because yeah, like people couldn't find their relatives, people couldn't find their loved one. So I just, at first I didn't believe like that actually happened. So I just thought people were just playing tricks. So I continued moving on the path. Then I reached a certain town where people were actually mourning that they couldn't find their loved ones. So yeah, it actually became more terrifying when I realized that I was part of the people who are actually looking for their loved ones and couldn't find them. So like I can lie, I was really scared, and just trying to explain it right now is just getting me a little bit confused. Yeah, so that was the second dream of the rapture. Then the third one, which just happened today at 3 a.m., was it happens. It so happened that I was at work, and I work at the butchery, so I was doing daily works as usual, and it was becoming dark. So all of a sudden, I heard people screaming and rushing out with their phones, uh, pointing at a certain direction. So I got out and I looked, and it I saw like the sun was coming out, but it was evening. So the moon was already out, but the sun was also coming out. So it was kind of like an eclipse. So the sun came out, and as it was heading closer to the moon, it turned a blood red, then covered the moon. So yeah, it became like it literally just became a blood red eclipse, in short. So people came to the realization that it was the end, and kind of like the rapture and things that were mentioned in the Bible. So people were actually trying to give their lives to Christ at that particular moment, but nothing really happened. So, like for all those who are thinking, hey, I'm gonna get saved when the rapture happens, I don't think it's a good idea, because I saw it with my own two eyes in the dream. People were actually giving their lives to Christ. I mean, trying, because it didn't work. Like, you can count on the day, on that day, that you are going to give your life to Christ, because I don't think it's gonna work. Like, judgment is salvation will only take place before judgment, but during and after judgment, I don't think people will be able to get saved. So this guy was actually got on his knees and started giving his life to Christ. And one guy walked up to him and said, "Man, it's too late." So I I was also just in a confused state, looking at what was happening and all that. Then an angel with a blade, a knife, a sword, just a sword, not a knife. It was a sword. Just flew right out of the moon and just flew right over us, going in some sort of direction. I didn't really see where the angel went, but it went out. Then there was a guy standing in front of me, and he was like, uh, the things that were, the seven things that were mentioned, that were to happen in the end times have come to pass. So I was confused at first. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I was scared. Tears started just falling out my eyes, and I walked back into the butchery and I was crying. And when I woke up with tears. And the last message I heard was, go and warn them. So, like, this is the video I made to kind of like tell you my experience and the type of dreams, more like a warning. I think this is the warning. So, you guys stay safe and get saved. I love you. See you later.